Good evening, everybody, and welcome to your streaming home for Wethersfield High School Soccer. We've got varsity girls game tonight here at Hall. We're a little bit late joining in progress, about 90 seconds or so into the action. The shot goes toward the goal. It's over the goal from Wethersfield. Scoreless so far. We've had some technical difficulties, so no live stream available during the game, but we are recording in hopes of making this recording available afterward. My name's Dave Gustafson. As always, alongside me is Tom McCarter, running the production truck and all of the efforts here to try to get us at least some video that we can see later. And we'll call the game from this point, watching it live, and hope it's entertaining for you when you do go back and watch it later.
And we'll try to get you all of our pregame elements as we go throughout the game.
We will, as we get ourselves settled and underway here. We're 2.5 minutes in, 37:28 to go here in the first half, live from Hall. Wethersfield in the road whites, moving from right to left here in the first half. Hall in their home blues, going from left to right. Wethersfield trying to get in the offensive half. Yancey with a save right near the midline. Ball goes over, and it will be a throw for Wethersfield. Give some thanks here to the athletic directors from both schools, Sterling Scanlon from Wethersfield, Jason Siegel from the West Hartford school system, helping us get set up here in the press box. Unfortunately, not able to get the internet situation quite where it needed to be to actually live stream out, but we are recording. As back in the action to Stephanie with a quick touch over to Burnell, back to Yancey, popped over the side by Sapala, and we'll have a throw now coming for the Hall Titans. Hall 4-1-1 coming into this one. Wethersfield 2-3 after the loss back on Thursday. First of a doubleheader that we had on the YouTube channel last Thursday. Girls with a tough battle fell to Lewis Mills by a score of 2-1. Yancey with the battle going up against Eliza Schleff, number 21 for Hall. Ball into the offensive half for Wethersfield, but Hall able to control. Back toward the midline we go. Gwen Grismilo with a touch for Wethersfield. Through the center circle. Header by Porras. Right in the middle of the big H for Hall. Here come the Titans now in blue, moving left to right. Good step there from Sapala. Able to turn it with the left foot. Here's Yancey crossing the midline now. Up to Burnell. To Stephanie. Left-footed chip shot going over the top. Good header there by Bonfiglio. Yancey has it inside the 18. Back to Bonfiglio. Quick left-footed poke, but that is saved by keeper Sadie Lieben in net tonight for the Hall Titans.
Yeah, good ball movement here by the Eagles. I think Coach Cameron's hoping that somebody would take a shot here. Eagles passed up a couple of looks and didn't end up getting their first shot on goal.
Wethersfield with it back to live action here in the offensive half. Gwen Grismilo over to Macarena Porras on that far side. Up to Bonfiglio. Kayla Bonfiglio still with the ball. Plays back to Porras. A good 10 yards inside the offensive half. Back to Ficaselli. Ball gets away from Wethersfield. It's into the offensive half now for Hall. Nice left-footed clear by Ficaselli up to Sapala. Ball's deflected there as it goes over the side. Should be a Wethersfield throw. It is. Eliana Sapala will take it. Looks for Burnell in traffic, headed by Hall. Good defensive effort off the throw by the Titans. They're going to take over, approaching the midline. Pressure from Claire O'Hay for Wethersfield, but here come the Titans. Good give and go there. Ball on the foot of number 11,
nice
Abby
ball.
Alex Ackerman. Played ahead, and there is the first touch of the ball for Ileana Trujillo in goal tonight for Wethersfield. Bit of a...
Gets her first start here. It's the first change in the Eagles' starting 11 all season, this being the 6th game of the season, and Alani Trujillo is the first player to make a change in the starting lineup.
Alani Trujillo, freshman keeper, in net tonight for Wethersfield. We're scoreless. Just over 6 minutes gone in the first half. 33:50 on the clock here from Hall High School. Eagles trying to get back on track after starting off the season with 2 wins. The Eagles have dropped the last 3. Tough games, all of them. We will talk about that in a little bit more detail.
And while we wait on the throw-in, let's take a quick look. We missed the opening player introductions. Here's Weathersfield's lineup. We mentioned Trujillo is the only change, and the three up top, Yanesi, Burnell, and Bonfiglio, is a bit of a formation change. Give Burnell a little bit of more help up there. A lot of times the games we've seen, she's been going 1-on-4, and now she's got a little bit of help with two wings to her left and right.
Good action in front of the 18. Hall still with possession in the offensive half. Here's one going toward the top of the arc, deflected by Weathersfield. High ball now played back closer to the midline. Yanesi steps to it for Weathersfield. Here comes DeStefani. Hall comes out with it. Good step there by Claire O'Hay. Hall still with the ball on the foot of number 17. That is Kyra
slicing
Bond.
and dicing.
Well, good footwork as she cut through the Weathersfield defense, but not able to get all the way toward a shot opportunity. 32-38 to go here in the first half. Scoreless game. Hall, one of the better teams that Weathersfield will have faced this season. It's been a challenging opening portion of the season, and we'll talk in more detail about that, but the quality of opponent in these first 6 games has been stellar so far for Weathersfield.
And we talked to Coach Cameron before the season even started, and he said the first 6 games, it's a brutal stretch. And the Eagles have done well. If they win this one, they can come out 500, and that's probably all he was hoping for. But more than anything, as a new coach with a brand new team, he's really getting a good test early on and sees what the players are made of.
Action right in front of the Weathersfield bench. Goes back across the midline to Burnell. She's able to settle. Nicely done there. Gets it back to DeStefani. Step in by Hall. They're playing it forward. Grace Grismilo gets to it. Plays over to Porras. We're going far side are the Eagles. 17, Kyra Bond gives chase, but Weathersfield able to play it into the offensive half. But nobody on that far side. Bonfiglio closes a bit. Here comes DeStefani now. Porras applies some pressure near the midline. Bonfiglio looks to make the turn far side. Controlled by number 7, Anya Lesham. High ball headed by Porras. Back into the offensive half for Weathersfield, but controlled now by Hall. Titans into their offensive half. Good step here. Claire O'Hay able to come control the ball. Lays it off for Addison Yanesi. Yanesi high ball looking for Burnell. Gets over her head, and it's going to be nothing but blue jerseys there to claim that one. Outside the 18 on the far side. Lesham has it. Line drives it toward the middle. Skips past Weathersfield. Grace Grismilo crosses the midline back into the offensive half. Takes some space. Plays to the sideline, but not able to make a connection on the overlap, and it goes back to Hall. We're over 9 minutes in. We got 30-36 to go here in the first half of a scoreless game from Hall. Weathersfield in the road whites, moving right to left as you watch along with us here in the first half. Hall in their home blues. Titans are going left to right. Weathersfield moving again. Yanesi has it. Quick touch over to Sapala. Pull back. Back to Yanesi now. Claire O'Hay in the mix. In traffic. Has to come all the way back.
Nice shield of her body there.
Ficaselli able to control, but Weathersfield retreats and go all the way back in the middle. Nice cut there from Grace Grismilo, but takeaway potentially. Down went Alex
like
Ackerman.
And look, if you're going to commit a foul, that's not a bad one from Grismilo. She'd lost the ball. If she didn't get a piece of the player, that play is going the other way.
And it was number 11, Alex Ackerman, for Hall in the action there. As we're just over 10 minutes gone. We got 29-36 to go here in the first half. Good action from both teams so far. Nothing in terms of shots on goal. In goal, as we mentioned, for Weathersfield tonight, Alani Trujillo, as that ball goes high and in toward, it's headed there by Ficaselli. Yanesi's going to claim it. Left foots it ahead to Burnell. Weathersfield trying to make the turn and mount a charge. Far side, Caleb Bonfiglio. No doubt getting some encouraging comments from the Weathersfield faithful on the far side. Visitor bleachers in full effect here at Hall. Lights are on. Rain is held off, which we're very thankful for. 28:54 to go in the first half. Trujillo for Weathersfield in net. Lets the team take shape. Left-footed ball, high but short. Yanesi able to step to it. Popped ahead by Hall, who will get to it first. Nice play there by the Titans. That is Ackerman toward the middle. Pop back. Weathersfield needs to clear. Here's Yancey coming out of the pack, but Hall able to keep it. O'Hay with a touch over to Bonfiglio now. Weathersfield, left foot across. It's going to roll all the way. Keeper is going to come well out. Sadie Lieben in net. Settles it on the foot, sends a line drive to the far side. Good step from Bonfiglio. Porras is going to settle in the backfield and cross the midline now. Offensive half for Weathersfield. DeStefani sends it back. Ficaselli left foot's one up to Sapala. Can she get there? If she does, she may have a step. Able to make it a little bit of a turn as we approach the 18. Good defensive presence there by Katie Herlock for Hall in the one-on-one battle with Sapala.
Yeah, good run from Sapala down that left side. She's created so much offense when she turns that corner and sends that strong left-footed shot or pass, whatever she chooses to do.
DeStefani able to put a left foot on it, but curls well wide to the right.
Let's take a look at the first 6 opponents. We referenced it earlier. Wethersfield won their first 2 games against South Windsor and Berlin, and then 3 straight losses, only scoring 1 goal against some tough customers. And, you know, after this, the schedule lightens up a little bit. Wethersfield's opponents are 9-21-2 over the next their next 6 opponents.
And we talk about that, and Hall being the 6th in a stretch of 6. There's a shot by DeStefani that goes wide left. Nice job getting the left foot on that one. Gave it a ride, but just ends up wide left as we take a second look.
Yeah, and look, Yancey, good play there. She recognized that the goalie wasn't the one to take the goal kick, so she can get behind the last layer of defense without being offside. And good chance from DeStefani, puts it over the goal there.
So good action so far in the offensive half from Wethersfield. Not anything on goal yet, but a couple of balls moving toward the net. 26:37 to go here in the first half as that goal kick comes out from Hall. Nice header by Yancey. Burnell chases it down on the left side. Sends across, looking for Yancey. Deflects off of her. Going to be settled there by Kyra Bond, number 17, as Hall tries to turn it the other way. But here's Sapala. High left-footed ball in toward the box. Going to one hop in toward the keeper. Bonfiglio trying to get in, but she was shielded well on that far side.
Nice box out. Yeah.
Good basketball play to keep her from getting the rebound. 26-10 to go. Scoreless game first half here from Hall. Wethersfield girls battling against the Titans. Yancey going to step to that one. Quick touch, a little bit. That's a tough one for Sapala to try to handle.
Yeah, I think if you can find a way to play that up the line, let her run onto it, she was going full speed. That's a tough one to corral.
In traffic, too. She had a defender she was taking with her there. Claire O'Hay going to send it back now to Ficaselli. Adriana Ficaselli, number 6, has been solid all season so far along the back line, with Grace Grismilo anchoring the back line, allowing Porras and Sapala to make some runs up into the attacking portion of the field.
And Yancey comes up a little bit gimpy there. I didn't see what happened, but she's banged up.
Looks like she's going to get a question from the official. Not sure what happened there. You can see her flexing the leg a little bit. 25:08 to go, first half. Just about 15 minutes of action behind us. Nice play by O'Hay to step to it, but Hall's going to settle us into high ball back toward the center circle. Ficaselli there, able to play it up to Claire O'Hay. Good turn with the left foot, but there's Hall again. Number 4 is Paige Keno, one of their captains for the Titans. Ball played forward now. 31 is Leah Berry, another one of the captains, but DeStefani takes over. Nice ball. Let's see if Burnell can keep it in. She does. She's well outside the 18, right on the sideline. Hesitates, gives it back to Yancey now. She sends one toward the top of the 18. Cleared by Hall before Bonfiglio could get to it. Porras is going to come all the way up, though, to try to take it and keep it in the attacking portion of the field. Plays it over to Gwen Grismilo. Ball gets away from Wethersfield, so a turnover as Wethersfield gives the ball up. Throw in the defensive portion of the field for Hall. 24:12 to go, scoreless game, first half. We thanked earlier the athletic directors from both schools, Sterling Scanlon, Jason Siegel, for their help in getting us set up here in the press box at Hall. Also want to give thanks to our camera operators tonight, Giselle Rodriguez and Vasilia Bolani, who are helping us out from the Wethersfield JV program. Appreciate their help bringing the video to life here, allowing us to show some replays and allowing us to have you follow along with what we're talking about. As here's the goal kick from Hall. Goes down the side to the midline. Porras able to step to it. DeStefani trying to battle for it, as is Bonfiglio, but Hall comes away. Play it ahead to number 6. That's Chloe Lynch. Ball toward the far side. Good run there from Anya Lesham, number 7, but it gets away from Hall, so it should be a throw from Wethersfield, far side. 23:10 to go, first half action. Scoreless game. So far, Tom, you have to think Coach Cameron likes what he's seeing from his team.
Yeah, I think we know this is a quality Hall team. This game has been circled on the calendar, and Wethersfield's controlled a little bit of the play, and they've at least had a couple of chances on goal, over goal. Haven't had to make the Hall goalie work too hard, but Trujillo in her first game hasn't really been tested either.
All right, so back to the action we come. It's going to be a throw again, far side. Porras has it for Wethersfield. First substitution into the game, and that's a nice sign for Wethersfield, as Milena Gugliotti, number 10, is going to come in and give Bonfiglio a rest. Gugliotti, Thursday, was injured and actually was our camera operator for the girls' game against Lewis Mills. So good to see her back out on the field where she belongs as opposed to behind the camera.
Yeah, she had enough of hanging with us for one game.
It doesn't take much. That'll spur you to recovery pretty quickly, having to hang out with us for 80 minutes plus. Gugliotti up front, looking to pressure, does so nicely.
Yeah, moving
on
well
the left
right away,
foot.
too.
Oh, she was maybe going to try to connect that one for Burnell. Looks like they just were a little bit off in the communication, but good effort to keep the ball in the offensive half. Sapala sprints up, going to take the throw. 21:42 to go, first half. Approaching the midway point of the first half, Wethersfield and Hall both scoreless. Eagles in white going from right to left here in the first half. There is Gugliotti with a left-footed poke. Gets over the head of Burnell, and it goes over the inline. So it will be a goal kick coming for Hall. Tom, you talked about the difference, just the quality in terms of record for the first 6 opponents versus the next 6 that are coming up on the schedule for Wethersfield. In that first 6, Hall becomes the 3rd ranked team that Wethersfield has faced, as Gugliotti chases down again, cleared at the last moment there by number 5, Sienna Calabro, another of the captains for this Hall team. Lewis Mills and Northwest Catholic have both swapped at different points the number 1 ranking in the coaches poll for classes M and S, as that ball is sent forward by Sapala, gets over Burnell. DeStefani now with an opportunity. Left foot's it slid as she was trying to make the kick, so that hooks well wide to the right. But another good quick shot opportunity that DeStefani's trying to take advantage of.
Yeah, I think she wanted to rip that one, and we've seen her put some in the net from there over the years. But, yeah, her plant foot slid under her and couldn't get all of it.
So as we were, just to finish that thought, Lewis Mills and Northwest Catholic, they this week in the coaches poll for classes M and S sit at number 1 and number 3. Hall has been in and out of the top 10 in the classes double L and L polling. They landed just outside, effectively at number 12 this week, but it just speaks again to the stretch that Wethersfield is in here.
And really, outside of the 4-0 loss to Simsbury, everything has been tight. So I think that's another thing that encourages Coach Cameron, that, that Lewis Mills game last week ended up, at halftime, I thought that was going to be 4-0, 5-0, something along those lines. But, the Eagles came back. O'Hay scored a big goal. And they were able to keep it close. And, the final minutes, it was a threat. Could they win this game? So, we didn't show this to you pregame, but Hall, high scoring, 14 goals. And 10 against, and Wethersfield has only scored 1 in their last 3 against those tough opponents. Hall lines up a corner here.
And we've got our first set piece of the game. Action breaks. Here's a high ball coming toward the middle of the field. A lot of traffic there, and that's going to get into the back of the net for Hall. And that is the first goal of the game at 19:03 off the corner kick. So Hall gets the goal. A lot of traffic there. I'm not even going to pretend to guess at who got that one into the back of the net. Maybe you've got it on the replay, Tom, but me in real time did not have it.
So you see here, Trujillo comes out and tries to get the ball, but man, she's just in the middle of a mess of bodies, and the ball pops around, and it looks like That might be a 7 there, but ball kind of pokes out to her, and she pokes it in the net. But, Trujillo was aggressive trying to win that ball, but there were so many bodies there in the way, just kind of pinballed around and ended up on the foot of, I believe it was number 7 who just got taken out.
Yeah, so we're going to credit the goal to number 7, Anya Lesham, a senior defender, got in the scrum there in front of the goal off the corner kick, able to find the back of the net.
Defenders are always the most dangerous on corner kicks because they're the most hungry when they get in the box. If they see that chance, they're going to go for it.
So Hall with a goal with just over 19 minutes remaining here in the first half. Break open the scoreless game that we had in front of us. So now Wethersfield trailing by a goal. They've had a fair amount of experience in these last few games having to respond to situations like this. You talked about Thursday against Lewis Mills was a good response after a first half that saw them down 2-0, bounced back and found the back of the net to cut the lead in half. That's where the game ended, but a good second half to actually come away winning the second 40 minutes, if you can take credit for that.
And I think Wethersfield's been more dangerous in this half than they were in the first half of that game, too. So coming into halftime, even if they're still trailing, I think Coach Cameron's going to be able to refer to that Lewis Mills game and know if they put together a second half like that, anything can happen.
Yeah, they have really worked hard. They have shown, just as you said, from a score standpoint and everything but that Simsbury game, have shown they can play with this level of competition, and certainly working through some process to get formations and get combinations familiar with each other. So this tough start to the season should help the Eagles as the season rolls on, as we get deeper into conference play.
And these teams, the Hall level teams, they don't let you get away with anything. No lazy plays. They make you pay for mistakes. That may not be the case, with the exception of the upcoming game against Plainville. That may not be the case for the next stretch of games. So Coach Cameron's got his work cut out for him to make sure that the team.
Ooh, that was a rocket of a shot by Chloe Lynch that went off of Eliana Sapala. We're stopping clock at 16:49. Looks like she took it off the chin almost as that ball was sent on a cross. Sapala looks like she wants to certainly stick it out, I should say, but she's going to come off. Trainer is going to escort her to the sideline.
Yeah, and you could see she pops right back up, and she wanted to stay in the game. She's coming out not of her own volition. She did not want to come out. She's going to get checked out, and I think the second she gets cleared, you're going to see her checking right back into the game.
And it looks like into the game in her place is number 19, Sarah Provost. So we've got our second set piece. Hall scored off their first corner kick. This one gets away. Wethersfield's going to escape harm off the initial kick anyway. And now Gugliotti able to step to it. Wethersfield trying to take control in the backfield. Back across it goes. Into the offensive half. Look at the hustle from Burnell if she tries to chase that down, but Hall going to play it back to the keeper. A little chip, though. If Wethersfield can step to us, might be a chance. Here's a left-footed ball going toward the goal. It goes wide right as down went the Wethersfield attacker. Looks like that was Provost.
And here you go. The goalie miskicks it here. Yanissi gets there first and just doesn't get all of it on that left foot. But again, hustle by Burnell. Wasn't really close to breaking up the play, but as the pass goes back to the goalie knows that she's got to rush it because there's a Wethersfield player in the vicinity.
So good action in the offensive half for Wethersfield as they try to find the equalizer. Trailing Hall 1-0, 15:45 to go first half. Wethersfield gives chase, take away from Hall, though. Titans now trying to cross the midline, but that's going to get away and over the sideline. So Wethersfield will have the throw. Gwen Grismilo looks like she's lining it up as back into the game, Eliana Sapala. So good couple of minutes, though, for Provost. She got up there, put some pressure on, and actually got a chance to turn on that ball that went wide right. Sapala is back, which you'll love to see. She's backed up now closer to the midline. Taking the throw. High one, looking for Burnell. Burnell always seems to be in traffic on throws. And looks like maybe a high kick call, so free kick coming in the backfield for the Titans of Hall. Free kick is sent into the offensive half. Sapala there to meet it. Gugliotta is going to be able to turn it for Wethersfield.
And look at Sapala jumping up into the play as well.
Up to Burnell. She settles. Now to Sapala and almost does a split as she tries to keep that one in bounds. A little bit too close potentially on those passes. It's been a couple of times now where Sapala has had passes that are tough to handle. She's trying to make the overlapping run. Throw for Hall in front of the Titans bench. Number 10, Ella Peterson, took that one. It'll stay with Hall right near the midline. In it comes. Nice back tap. And good step there from Gwen Grismilo. Wethersfield trying to come the other way. Here is to Stephanie. Pulls back, met by another defender. Claire O'Hay now with it. Through 3 defenders she goes. Hall takes over. Number 4, Paige Keena. One of the 3 captains for the Titans. There's one of the other ones. On the defensive effort. Ball played toward the top of the arc. Cleared out though, and now going far side. Battle for it over there is Porras. Tries to get to it for Wethersfield, but Hall takes over. Approaching the midline now into the offensive half are the Titans. Center circle for number 31, Leah Berry. Coming down the right side, pressured by O'Hay. Up front it comes to number 17, Kyra Bond.
Ficcaselli breaks it up nicely there.
Nicely done on the defensive effort. It will be a deep throw, though, for Hall. 13:15 to go here in the first half. Titans in their home blues going left to right. They are on top 1-0 after a corner kick goal at the 19:03 mark. Wethersfield has had some opportunities, but has not been able to generate anything actually on goal yet. That is headed out of there by Sapala. DeStefani gives chase. And ball gets away from Hall, so nice pressure there. Hall with the turnover. Ball goes back to Wethersfield. Bonfiglio going to check back in for the Eagles as Gugliotti will sit down. Nice active few minutes up front for her in her first shift after the injury.
Yeah, and more than anything, you know, good to see her running well. I believe it was an ankle injury, and she was moving the whole time she was in.
Ball over the sideline. Bonfiglio is going to scoop it up for Wethersfield. 12:25 to go.
Burnell does not like that she's getting a 2-hand shove in the back on all those throw-ins.
Hall able to take over. Some space to operate now as Bond has it. Still on her foot. DeStefani challenges now in the middle of the field. Goes far side now, does Hall, and gets away, and that should be a Wethersfield throw on the far side. Ball rolls all the way across the track, but here is Macarena Porras to take it for Wethersfield. Eagles in the road whites. They're going right to left. We are over 28 minutes into the action here. 11:49 to go in the first half. Entertaining game, good action both ways, but Hall has found the back of the net for the only scoring. The Titans lead the Eagles 1-0 as we get 3 substitutes into the game for Hall. Throw far side. Actually, I misidentified. It is a Hall throw far side. Comes in at number 12, Lila Stagg. All the way back near the midline on the foot of Sienna Calabro. Ficcaselli steps to it for Wethersfield. Good action now near the top of the arc. Porras trying to clear out. She's got one to beat. Wow. Bond steps to it. Nice play there. Good job by Gwen Grismilo. Able to turn excellent. It. Well done.
Yeah, that's tough to do in the box with your back to the play, but turned, escaped with possession. Beautiful.
And look at Burnell again, applying pressure. If somebody else can come now for Wethersfield. We saw this before. The ball did not get cleared all the way out, and Wethersfield with more bodies in the attacking portion of the field might be able to take advantage. Hall on the far side, though, moving the other way. Across the midline it goes. Nobody there for Hall. Wethersfield going to play back to Trujillo in net. She settles. See where she decides to go as she lets the Eagles take shape. Comes near side, and that gets away from Sapala, so that's going to be a turnover. It'll be a throw now deep in the offensive portion of the field as we get our first look for Wethersfield tonight at number 12, Olivia Salerno, one of the freshmen on this Wethersfield roster. She will give Porras a break on the far side.
Yeah, not often do you see a roster that has more freshmen than seniors on it, but it's, I think, 5-3.
That is exactly right. Tom, you have been doing your homework here on the Wethersfield roster. Under 10 minutes to go in the first half, 9:53 until halftime. Hall on top of Wethersfield, 1-0. Throw for the Titans. Number 21, Eliza Schleff has it. Sends it into the 18. Wethersfield trying to clear. Sapala going to step to it. Took a quick break, did Eliana Sapala after.
Wow, how did she keep that in?
That is amazing. Nicely done. Good step there by Burnell. Able to keep it in as well. Splits defenders, gets to Bonfiglio. Look at the pressure, though, from Hall. Every time a Wethersfield player is touching, it seems like 2 or 3 blue jerseys are able to converge.
And not afraid to be physical either. You know, not drawing any fouls, but lowering the shoulder and making contact.
Yancey back into the game for Wethersfield as well. She nursed a bit of an injury early, so we are pleased to see her back on the field.
Great job by Bonfiglio down there on the left sideline. Crosses it in the box to DeStefani.
DeStefani, you could see again, wanted to turn. She sent a couple of shots going toward the goal. They've both gone curled wide right. Wanted to load up another one on the left foot there, not able to do it. We'll have a goal kick coming for Hall. 8:43 to go, first half. Titans on top of the Eagles, 1-0. Talked about Hall being a quality opponent this season, in and out of the top 10 in classes double L and L. Coming off a stellar campaign last year, 14-3-3 overall, 12-1-3 regular season. Only lost to their arch rival Farmington. Hall would finish behind Farmington for second place in the CCC West last season, getting them into the conference tournament, where they beat East Catholic before losing to Farmington. A 4-2 Farmington win on penalty kicks in the semifinals of the conference tournament. Farmington, of course, would go on to beat Wethersfield in the conference championship game a year ago.
That was an excellent Farmington team.
That was a really good team. Last year, Hall and Farmington, is Yancey able to play at far side. Nice step up there from Salerno. Ball gets away from Wethersfield, though. Grace Grismilo challenges the midline for the Eagles. Here come the Titans. Good step by Claire O'Hay. Able to send the ball forward.
Space here.
Yancey with some space to operate. Bond comes back, forces the pass over to the far side. Here's ball crossed in toward the 18, deflects off the defender. Nice job off the hop for Sadie Lieben, in net for Hall. 7:10 to go, first half. Titans on top, 1-0. Just closing out the recap of Hall's season a year ago. They were set for the third and deciding game against Farmington. The two teams would have faced off in the quarterfinals of the Class LL tournament last year. But Ridgefield got in the way. Ridgefield knocked off Hall on penalty kicks and then would go on in the quarterfinals to knock out Farmington in overtime. As here comes Hall now down the side, trying to mount the attack on the foot of number 16, Maya Riley. Ball cleared by Wethersfield. Chase toward the far side. Nice job by the Eagles to get it across. Burnell not able to get to it, though. Back we go into the Hall offensive half. Back toward the midline now. Wethersfield applying pressure. Hall comes out of the scrum with the ball. Good step there by Claire O'Hay. Bonfiglio in the center circle, tries to find Burnell. She gets to it, sends it back near side, and nobody home for Wethersfield as Lesham's going to take it over for Hall, sends it in the center circle to Alex Ackerman. Lila Stagg, number 12, had a touch. Here come the Hall Titans trying to mount the attack. Gets away. Sapala's going to let it roll. Good effort on the sideline there. Little box out from Sapala.
Yeah, that was more like a hockey hip check.
But it wins the throw for Wethersfield. Sapala going to take it. Eagles trying to find a way to get down the field in this last 5:20 and see if they can even this one up before halftime. To Stephanie, quick touch to Bonfiglio. She's surrounded again by 3 players. Gets back to Sapala. Unloads with the left foot. Gets over the head of Burnell. Hall going to take over and look to come the other way. So Wethersfield not able to get past the midline on that possession. Good step from Salerno on the far side. She gives chase. Hall's going to track it down. Has to play backward to the Titans.
Yeah, and I like to see that she continued putting pressure to see if she could win the ball. Sometimes a freshman D, if they get a chance to run up, they might be a little bit hesitant. They don't want to make a mistake on D, but she knew she could compete for that ball, and then when it was clear she couldn't get it, retreated to her position.
Nice left-footed save by Coach Cameron there on the sideline as that ball went over the side. Wethersfield trying to keep it in the offensive half. Bonfiglio sends it, looking for Yancey. Yancey's got it. She might have a chance to unload. She lays it off for Burnell. Look at her race toward the side. Sends it with the left foot. Deflects off the keeper. Nicely done there by Sadie Lieben.
Yeah, let's take another look at that. Yancey with some space in front of her. And makes a nice through ball to Burnell. A little bit too strong. Goalie comes out. Burnell plays it. And the goalie does a nice job of cutting the ball off there. But I think if that ball from Yancey had a little less pace on it, Burnell might have been in alone.
Good job from Lieben to play the angle. Wethersfield still with the ball. Down at the end of the Hall bench as Sapala sends one in. Bit of a curveball there that went in toward Bonfiglio. Wethersfield going to do it all over. Sapala has it. As we see some members of the varsity boys team walking along the stands in front of us. Ramo Amatovic, Madi Chicknelli, and Joey McKenna here to watch the action. Boys will play at home tomorrow against New Britain.
And that game may...
Apparently the time is TBD. It's was listed, as of the time we came on air, was listed as 6 p.m., but may be subject to change, we understand. Yancey with a nice touch over to Bonfiglio. Plays back to O'Hay. She's surrounded there. A nice takeaway for Alex Ackerman. And here come the Titans the other way. Through the center circle comes Hall. Far side to Bond. Good step by Grace Grismilo. Ball gets away. It'll be a throw for Hall on the far side. 2:37 to go here in half number 1. Hall on top of Wethersfield, 1-0. Burnell chases up front. Here comes Bonfiglio to apply some pressure on the near side. See if she can cut off the passing angle. Nice give and go. Good touch soccer there from Hall to get the ball in the offensive half. Through ball. She's onside. Hall trying to get a shot off as it goes to the top of the arc. Ooh. That is a high ball that goes over the goal. Nice turn on that ball from Alex Ackerman to get the shot. We'll take another look, Tom.
Yeah, great ball movement here by Hall. Inside out. And then look at this little through ball here. Spin, turn, left-footed shot over the crossbar. Not too close to Tess and Trujillo, but the way that they move that ball all the way up the field, and no player had it on their foot more than 2-3 seconds. That's classic ball movement.
Salerno on the far side for Wethersfield as the Eagles look to get it out of the defensive half. Hall with a nice poke. Ball's up there for number 21, Eliza Schleff. Has 2 defenders to beat, tackle. And there's a nice tackle from Ficaselli. Able to pull back. Wethersfield looking to maintain possession. 1:22 to go here in the first half. Takeaway by Hall. Here come the Titans. They want to add to their lead before the break. That gets away. It'll be a throw for Wethersfield. 1:12 to go here until we reach halftime. Throw from Sapala finds Yancey. Nice back touch. Trying to get it ahead to Burnell potentially. But Hall going to take over in the backfield. Number 18 is Catherine Mormina along the center D for Hall. Played forward. Sapala there to step to it. Left-footed boot by O'Hay. Sends it back toward the midline. Yancey gives chase. She's going to be able to win this one. Looks like right at the midline, but going the wrong direction. It did not have momentum in her favor there as we're down to 32 seconds before halftime. Sapala's going to take the throw. Looking for an opening. 26 to go now before the break. Yancey again tries the back touch off of the throw. Nice pullback there from Calabro. for Hall. It'll be a quick throw here as Wethersfield has 10 seconds left to try to make something happen. In it comes to Brunell. She taps it away, and nothing but blue jerseys there for it. Here's Claire O'Hay, and nice touch from Hall from Schleff, and that is going to wind down our first half. So Hall with a goal at 19:03 after a corner kick goes into the break with a 1-0 lead over Wethersfield. We'll take a quick break here. We'll come back in a few minutes and have the second half action from Hall High School. Wethersfield trails it 1-0. All right, we are back live. The start of the second half caught us a bit off guard here, so we're about 45 seconds in, 39:15 to go here in the second half. From Hall High School, we've had some technical difficulties here trying to do the live stream, but we are here to call the action, and we look forward to hopefully a few of you being able to take advantage of the recording later. If you weren't with us for the first half, you missed one goal. Hall off a corner kick at the 19:03 mark, found the back of the net, and that's where we stand. Titans 1, Eagles nothing. Wethersfield in the road whites. Eagles are going to be moving from left to right as you watch along here in this second half. Ball played back to Salerno, number 12. Olivia Salerno got in the game in the first half. Solid effort. Gets the start here in the second half. A lot of traffic on the near side in front of us. Yancey and Bonfiglio. Ball goes to Wethersfield. Yancey going to take it right at the midline, and she's going to be called back just a few yards on that throw. Wethersfield going to take it. Salerno steps up. 38:05 to go. Second half action from Hall. Titans on top of the Eagles, 1-0. My name's Dave Gustafson. Alongside me is producer, director, analyst extraordinaire Tom McCarter. And we have with us on camera tonight Giselle Rodriguez and Vasilia Balani from the Wethersfield JV team, doing a great job for us to capture the video. 37:42 to go before this one is in the books. Wethersfield looking to move the ball down the field, see if they can find an opportunity to put one in the back of the net. Unofficially, by our vantage point, no shots on goal for the Eagles in the first half. Had a few balls that went toward and went over the inline, but everything well wide of the goal. As DeStefani tries to make a turn. Good step there from the Titans defensively. Ball gets away from Hall, though. It'll go over the side. There is assistant coach Devin Wan going to scoop it up, or Burnell takes the throw. Comes into Yancey. She's defended well. Hall with the takeaway. Titans go far side now. Just about 3 minutes into the second half. Ball's going to skip back. Wethersfield will play to the sideline. Good turn by Sapala. Sends it forward. Burnell gives chase. She runs through it. It's still in bounds. Alana Burnell. One of the first times she's had the ball moving toward the goal. Lets one fly, but it's deflected, blocked by Hall. Salerno able to get to it. Good battle for it as Salerno battles against number 17, Bond. Hall coming the other way. Nice play there by Ficcaselli. She goes down, able to poke the ball out. Gwen Grismilo and Claire O'Hay battle for Wethersfield. Goes now into the 18 on the far side. Sapala has it. Let's see who gets the better of this one. Looks like we're going to have a set-piece corner kick.
And let's take a look at the set-piece corner kick from Hall in the first half. That's the only score of the game. Trio comes out. The ball just pops around, and number 7 for Hall puts it in. Right place, right time. The defender gets the goal, and that's the only score of the game.
Anya Lesham has the goal for Hall. Here is our first set piece of the second half. In net for Wethersfield tonight, again, Alani Trujillo. She's a bit boxed out, able to get back on the line. Sapala steps that one, gets it out of harm's way. Burnell is well into the defensive half, though. Plays Sapala on the overlap. Here comes Burnell now the other way. DeStefani near the midline, sends it forward, trying to find Burnell. She's onside. Can she get to it? Good defensive effort. Nice shield there by Hall defensively. And here come the Titans back toward the midline. Down goes Burnell. 2 players down on the far side as the ball comes over here near side in front of the Wethersfield bench. Over the side it goes. 35:14 to go. Second half action. Hall Titans in blue on top of the Wethersfield Eagles in white. 1-0 is the score. You just saw the highlight of the goal. Set piece. Played well. Down the side. Here comes Hall. Good chase. Oh, get a step to the Titans. Into the 18. Going to be let go. Nice save from Alani Trujillo in net. Gets a nice hand from Grace Grismilo. We're going to take a second look as Hall had a good run on this one.
Oh, and take a look at the speed down the right side here. Impressive. Able to turn the corner. Trujillo doesn't come out. Stays in net. Perfect positioning, has her angles down. It's going to be another corner kick for Hall.
Same corner we were just in. A lot of action at the top near the penalty marker. Now moving toward the goal. Line drive toward the near post. Popped out of there by Wethersfield. Bonfiglio gives chase. Hall's going to get to it. Top of the arc. Yancey with a foot on it for Wethersfield. DeStefani now looking to come out of there. She's got it going down the far side. That'll win a throw for the Eagles. 6 minutes into the second half, 34 to go. Wethersfield trails Hall 1-0. Titans able to take over quickly on the Wethersfield throw. Nice pressure from Sapala. Yancey gives chase. Ball's played back to the keeper. Excuse me, Sadie Lieben in net for Hall tonight. Good play on this near side. Yancey applied pressure, but it's going to still be Hall possession. They'll take over in front of the Wethersfield bench. In comes the throw. Yancey again with good pressure up front. Hall able to clear it near the midline. Cross into the offensive half are the Titans. Good step from behind as Bonfiglio able to get to the ball. Ficaselli got it. Wethersfield into the offensive half, but Hall waiting for it on the far side. Back we go down the far side. Hall's got another chance on this one. Looks like that is number 16, Maya Riley, on the outside. Lays it back to the top of the arc. Bonfiglio able to get there for Wethersfield. Skips off of Eliza Schleff and goes over the side.
Yeah, not a bad idea there. Cut that back against the grain. Wethersfield had some bodies in between her and her teammate there. And there was nobody trailing for Hall, but that's not a bad idea sometimes to cut it back in case you got somebody crashing.
So Wethersfield escapes without giving up another one. A couple of corner kicks all ready for Hall in this first 7.5 minutes of the second half. A couple of good runs down the right side. Saw a nice save a few minutes ago from Alani Trujillo for Wethersfield in net. Near the midline, Yancey had it. Burnell gives chase far side. Popped forward now, and here comes Hall the other way. Ball off of Grace Milo. She's able to get the header to Stephanie. Lays it off now. Sapala making a run at the midline, trying to find Burnell and Yancey up front. Hall able to get to it. DeStefani applies pressure, trying to keep it in the offensive half for Wethersfield. Far side Hall, down the right side. Over the top they go. Looking again for Maya Riley down that right side. Nice play there by Wethersfield to clear it. It'll be a deep throw for Hall. Another good attack down the right side.
Yeah, and Ficaselli knows that Ficaselli's one of the fastest players on the Wethersfield back line, and she knows that she's going against a really fast player. So she knows she can't cheat up, because if she gives her a step, it's going to be tough to catch up on.
So here comes the throw far side. Into the 18 it goes. Bounces twice, and there is Trujillo to scoop it up for Wethersfield. So it'll be Wethersfield possession. Should see a left-footed punt coming here, and it's a right-footed punt. I thought we had a left-footed punt in the first half.
Yeah, we did. She's amphibious.
And the reason that was a right-footed punt, I believe we've had a switch now to Giada Gianfrido. So good job by us here in the booth to recognize what's happening on the field.
Only took us 10 minutes.
10 minutes in, not quite 10 minutes even, 9:15 into the second half. So Alani Trujillo got the start in net for Wethersfield, but in the second half, Giada Gianfrido back in goal. So that was her that we credit with that save a few minutes ago that we ran the replay and identified as Trujillo.
Our apologies to the Gianfrido friends and family. They wear the same color. You know, it's tough. We need goalies to wear different color jerseys.
And we're old, we wear glasses, and we're really far away up here in the press box. But too many excuses from us. We just got it wrong. Giada Gianfrido in net for Wethersfield here in the second half. We're just about 10 minutes in, 30:02 to go. Hall on top, 1-0.
It took a goalie punting it with their opposite foot for
well,
us to figure it out.
Give us some credit for, being at least that observational.
Well, during halftime, we were trying to figure out how to get the live stream working and things like that, so we weren't exactly paying attention.
It has, it's been a night. Yeah, we didn't even we're usually watching the teams come on the field. We're doing a little bit of prep work here as the half starts, but we jumped right into this one. There's also nobody here with us in the press box. They're running the clock and everything from down on the field.
First time we've seen this set up.
Nice for us. We got plenty of space to operate, but as you can tell, we don't quite know everything that's happening. 29-15 to go, second half. Hall on top of Wethersfield, 1-0. Titans are in their home blues. They're moving right to left here in this second half. Wethersfield and the Road Whites going left to right. Wethersfield able to keep some possession here in the offensive half, which is a welcome change so far in this second 40 minutes. Ball gets away from Hall. There's nice pressure from Salerno for Wethersfield. She sends one down the side, gets away. The ball scooted off the foot a little bit, goes over the sideline, so it'll be a throw in the backfield for Hall. And it comes to Ackerman. Alex Ackerman, number 11.
Oh, rip
nice play from DeStefani. Will she unload the left foot? She does. It goes toward the goal off the top of the crossbar. Back into play. What a shot. That's really the best opportunity Wethersfield has had all night. We're going to take a second look.
Yeah, and look, the second that DeStefani turns there, you know that she's going to fire it. And, oh, man, right off the crossbar.
Saw a couple of attempts from her in the first half that both went well wide, including one where she looked to slip a bit as she tried to unleash the left foot. That one she got all of, just 6 inches lower, and that's in the back of the net.
Yeah, the second that she opened her hips and had a little bit of space going left to the center of the field, you knew that she was looking to get to a spot and rip one, and she really did. And that was Wethersfield's best chance. That's probably the best shot we've seen taken from either team this game.
Reminiscent of the Sapala goal from Berlin a few Fridays ago. Not quite able to find it. Nice play, Bonfiglio, but Hall still going to come away with it. Toward the midline we go. O'Hay and Gwen Grismilo apply pressure there. Hall still with the ball. Nice step there from Claire O'Hay. Sends it left-footed back toward the midline, but Hall able to meet it. Plenty of space to operate on the far side for the Titans. Good step again from Wethersfield. Down goes. Looks like that's Gwen Grismilo on the far side.
Yep, drew a whistle.
Yeah, able to draw the whistle, so Eagles take possession with a throw. Sapala will line it up.
It should be a kick. I think the trip that happened there on, was it Grismilo who was pushing it forward?
All right, so on the free kick in the backfield, line drive into the offensive half to Stephanie there to meet it. Nice play to get to it. High ball now with the left foot into the top of the arc. Bonfiglio tries to settle, not able to turn on it. Pops out to Stephanie's going to hustle to it. Can she unload another left-footed shot? Sends one in toward the 18, deflected by Hall. Titans now able to take over, send the ball toward the midline, but it's just a clear over the far side, so Wethersfield will take a throw. And Wethersfield about 15 yards ahead of where that ball went out of bounds, but nice effort to try to get a little extra yardage on the throw.
Another freshman coming into the game here for Wethersfield. Number 20, Rylan Krusowitz.
First look at her tonight in this game. As Tom mentioned, 5 freshmen on the roster for Coach Matt Cameron this year. The rare time when you see more freshmen on the roster than seniors. Only 3 seniors on this Wethersfield team.
Speaking of seniors, next week is senior night, correct? A week from yesterday, I believe, is the girls' senior night.
So that should be Tuesday night. I believe the date on that is September 30th. We will be there with the live stream for that one. 3 seniors. DeStefani, Burnell, and Chodorowski will be honored before the game as that ball rolls in toward the 18. A little bit of a chance there for Wethersfield. Good shoulder there from Salerno, and then the header to move it forward. Wethersfield trying to take over. Krusowitz in the mix. Ball cleared over the side, so Wethersfield will get a deep throw in the offensive portion of the field. The 2 freshmen look to connect. And not able to keep it going. Actually deflected by Hall, so it'll be another Wethersfield throw. Salerno inside to...
It's going to be a corner kick.
Bonfiglio, and we did get a deflection. So this, I believe, is Wethersfield's first corner.
We're going to go unofficially.
We're going to go unofficial. But we believe it is the first corner kick. And DeStefani is going to line it up. We've got 24:32 and counting on the clock.
I've got Bonfiglio with a scrappy goal coming up here.
All right, the arm is up. The left-footed boot comes in. It goes all the way across in front of the goal. Weathersfield able to get a settle, but not able to turn the ball. Salerno tries to keep it in bounds. Here is DeStefani, who just took the kick, able to keep it. Plays back toward the midline and tap back to Ficaselli. She's going to have to settle, make a move. She does, gets it over to O'Hay. She battles. Gwen Grismilo in the mix now. Here comes Krusewitz, and good tap out by Grace Grismilo. That's going to go over the side, so it will be a deep throw here for Hall. They lead it 1-0. Goal at the 19:03 mark of the first half is the only scoring. Each team with some opportunities here in the second half.
What minute of the game was that, Dave?
Well, I think, Tom, that's officially the 21st minute, but it takes me a while to do that conversion, so I'm just going to go with 19:03 remaining in the first half. Gianfrido has the ball in her hands as two subs come in for the Hall Titans.
Let's take a look at the goal from last Thursday. Claire O'Hay, Wethersfield down 2-0, and a perfect upper left rip of a shot there. Closed it to a 2-1 gap. That's where we'd finish. But Wethersfield put the pressure on. They looked really strong in those final 20 minutes. Had that been a 90-minute game instead of 80, maybe Wethersfield is able to equalize that. And I think Coach Cameron and the team walked away thinking, look, we can play with the Lewis Mills. We can play with the Halls of the world. And let's see if that pays off here in the final 22 minutes.
It's one of those where you wish they could have played a third half. 22:41 to go. Second half of this one from Hall. Wethersfield would love nothing more than to find the back of the net in the second half, as they did Thursday against Lewis Mills. Ball played back. Ficaselli lets one go. It's met right in the top of the 18 by Hall. Still in the offensive half for Wethersfield. Battle on the far side. Two players go down. That's going to draw a whistle, and that'll be a foul against Wethersfield. So a free kick in the backfield comes for Hall. 22:09 to go in the second half of Wethersfield. Coach Matt Cameron, assistant coach Devin Wan, both kneel.
Same exact pose.
Looking for the right combination to get the Eagles back into this one.
That O'Hay goal is Wethersfield's only goal in their last 3.5 games.
I'm going to take your word for that one because I am not going to try to do that replay in my head. But it has been tough going. We talked, you had the tail of the tape up. Wethersfield with 6 goals scored on the year, and they've given up 8 through the first 5 games. So now 6 scored and 9 allowed on the year. That ball rolls in. Look at Burnell give chase. She has to hurdle the keeper. Nicely done there by Sadie Lieben in net for Hall. Just about 19 minutes gone here in the second half. 21:02 to go. Here is the punt from Lieben. Wethersfield steps to it. Burnell has her back to the play. Plays back to O'Hay. Nice move to get free. Sapala, left-footed boot in toward the top of the 18. Off the head of DeStefani. But not able to find the back of the net. And you can correct me on the replay if I got that wrong. I thought it was DeStefani, but I'm looking around the post.
She's backing up. And that's a tough one with your back to the play, or back to the goal and trying to time it right.
So good action moving toward the net. Wethersfield on this right side of the field. That ball is headed by Gwen Grismilo. Goes forward. Burnell again with a back to the play as down goes DeStefani. Here's a high ball again in toward the 18. Look at Bonfiglio making a run. It's over the bounce, and let's see, can Wethersfield get to it? It's in the back of the net. We're stopping the clock at 20:04. We've got a goal on the board. Tom, I'm going to rely on you in the replay to help us figure out who that might have been.
Yeah, it looked like it was DeStefani who served that ball into the, or Sapala who served that ball into the box, and there was a big hop. Let's take another look at it here. Sapala plays it into the box. Goalie comes out. It bounces over, and then DeStefani slides and puts it in the net as it's about to go out of bounds.
All right, so Bella DeStefani on the goal. And that, Tom, I think we're going to see this on screen momentarily. Her first of the season.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Stand by.
I forgot about that. That's our best new feature. We are just about exactly midway through the second half, and we're right back where we started as Wethersfield off the goal from Bella DeStefani.
I got too excited about the goal. Forgot about the element.
Eagles have evened this one up. Titans and Eagles all even at 1. 19:46 to go until this one is final. As they did the other afternoon against Lewis Mills, Wethersfield with a second half goal after a scoreless first half. This time, though, they have been able to even the score. And let's see what they can do now defensively. That ball goes off of Krusewitz. Number 20 for Wethersfield is Rylan Krusewitz. She and fellow freshman Olivia Salerno have seen quite a bit of playing time here in the second half. Salerno also with some good minutes in the first half as Hall takes over center circle. Now far side go the Titans. First touch gets away back toward the midline now for Hall. Ball played forward, skips off the head. That's going to go toward Gianfrido. She will scoop it up on the roll, and we'll have a right-footed punt from Giada Gianfrido coming
You sure
here.
it's her?
I don't think there's a third keeper he can put in the game to keep us on our toes, so good job by Gianfrido. Ball played ahead by Hall. Gracekers Milo with a nice left-footed ball to clear it. When in doubt, clear it out. So it'll be a throw as Wethersfield looks to reset the defense here. Tied at 1, 18:32 to go, second half. Eagles in white look to mark up. Coach Cameron and Coach Juan look on now on the sideline. Hall coach Scott Ferguson barks out some instructions to his team as they try to mount an attack. They've got it in the 18. Ball's going toward the goal. It's going to go wide left. Nice turn. Just not quite enough to get it in that upper 90.
Yeah, that was a scary chance here. Just like DeStefani a little bit before. We had a nice turn on the ball and then a left-footed rip. Luckily for the Eagles, that one was pushed wide.
So we remain 1-1. Goal kick coming for Wethersfield. And quick touch just out to Gracekers Milo. Ball still in front of the goal in the 18. Wethersfield able to clear it. Back toward the midline we go. Got past to Stephanie there. Burnell has it back to the play again. Far side sends it across. Nice step from Hall. Can Wethersfield keep it in the offensive half? Slide tackle from DeStefani. Looks like she got ball, says the official. Deflected, so it'll be a Hall throw. Here come the Titans in blue going right to left here in the second half. We've got 17-11 to go until this one is over. Tied at 1. Wethersfield closing out a tough 6-game stretch to start the season. Hall has been as high as number 9.
Ooh.
Ball gets away. Look at Burnell.
She's
Look at the
on her
speed
horse.
down the side and forces the clear, so that wins a throw. Good pressure applied by Burnell going down the left side of the field.
Yeah, Wethersfield's forwards, Burnell, Yannissi, Bonfiglio, they never make it easy on the back line. And when you're the Hall defender and you've got your back to the rest of the play, you don't know what it's like. So you play it out of bounds just to be safe. But Wethersfield never gives up on those balls and makes sure that the other team is going to get rushed into a mistake.
And good pressure applied there by Ackerman, Alex Ackerman. Forced a turnover from Porras. DeStefani trying to win it back. Here is Yannissi now. She's got a chance with the right foot. Sends it toward the goal. It's going to go wide right. Yannissi tried to unload that. Let's see if it was deflected. Looks like it was not. So it'll be a goal kick coming for Hall as we approach the 16-minute mark. 16:02 remaining here in the second half. Wethersfield has tried some different combinations. They seem to be gradually settling back in toward the original 11 with the exception of goal where Giada Gianfrido remains for the second half after Alani Trujillo played the first half. Pressure from DeStefani. Down she goes. Ball is poked over the sideline, and it's going to go Hall way. Titans with the throw right near the Eagles bench. Short ball in toward the midline. Play to number 31, Leah Berry. Up ahead it goes, but here comes Claire O'Hay for Wethersfield. Can she make the turn? Lays it off, looking for Sapala with a run down the side. Sapala's got a step on the outside. Sends a left-footed ball, trying to find Burnell. Can Burnell get to it? Yancey will step. Taps it back, looking forward to Stephanie.
She's been everywhere tonight.
Bella to Stephanie has the ball. Calmly lays it back toward the midline. Here is Ficaselli with a left-footed ball going all the way ahead, looking for Yancey. Ball bouncing in the 18, going to be scooped up there by Sadie Lieben in net. As we're under 15 minutes to go, 14:54 on the clock.
Not a bad idea from Ficaselli there. You just saw a few minutes ago, Sapala loops one into the box. It doesn't look too dangerous, takes a big bounce, and then turns into chaos and Wethersfield's goal. So any ball that you can serve into the box, anything can happen.
Nice pressure from Yancey. Gwen Grismilo has it now for Wethersfield. Lays it off to Yancey now near side. Quick touch
Great
to
turn.
Burnell, able to turn. She's got a momentum going toward the goal. Lets one fly, and it's through the football uprights. Best chance that she has had all night is she had momentum going toward the ball and had some space on the right foot.
Yeah, all season long, Burnell, the Eagles have struggled to get her the ball in space. But look at that nice little pass from Yancey and the shield and turn from Burnell. And I'm sure she's frustrated. She couldn't keep that under the bar. But that was a great play all around and a nice job creating a scoring chance from a high-danger spot.
Substitution for the Eagles as Bonfiglio is back in the midfield attack. Rylan Krusowitz heads back to the bench. Got a nice round of high fives from her teammates after some solid minutes. Wethersfield, again, back toward the original 11, or at least the original 10 field players.
And I think we've seen 4 of the 5 freshmen into today's game.
And Trujillo, Salerno, Krusowitz,
and Provost.
Provost was in for a few minutes, a good couple of minutes in the first half when Sapala had to sit. So we've had a couple of injury-caused substitutions. Yancey had a tweak of a leg in the first half, seems to be fine. Sapala blocked a shot, had to sit. Look at Bonfiglio on her horse down the near side, able to get to it. Stood up by the defender. Plays it back to Stephanie's got some room in the middle of the field. Left foot again. That's going high. It's in the back of the net for Bella to Stephanie to put the Eagles on top. 13 minutes exactly remaining. Wethersfield has stormed back, trailed 1-0 at the half. They now are on top of the Hall Titans, 2-1. Both goals off the foot of Bella to Stephanie.
Yeah, this one a little different than the last one. Bonfiglio holds it up nicely. And DeStefani, we saw her earlier shoot from right about that spot, and she put it off the crossbar. This one about 12 inches lower, and it makes all the difference.
Wow. The left foot, good turn. She had space. Wethersfield on top now 2-1, and you have to think this is going to put some spring into the step, especially defensively now as Wethersfield looks to protect the lead versus trying to get back into the game. 12:53 to go. Second half, Wethersfield, to the delight of the Eagles fans on the far side, jumping out ahead now 2-1. Bella DeStefani with her first 2 goals of the season. Nice action on the far side. Here is Wethersfield as Bonfiglio gives chase. Going to be played all the way back to Lieben. She's well outside the 18. Can Wethersfield step to this one? Here comes Porras inside the midline. High ball now. Looking for Bonfiglio. Popped out of there by Hall. Titans now coming the other way. Looking to find the equalizer now for Hall. Good play there by Claire O'Hay on the far side. Burnell got to it. Looking for Yancey and not able to make the connection. It's going to go over the side. Porras gave chase, but Wethersfield's going to give up the throw here. In the backfield is Hall. 12 minutes to go now. Eagles on top. 2-1. 1-0 Hall was the score at the half. Bella DeStefani got one right at the midway point of the second half to tie it up. And then at the 13-minute mark, just about a minute and a half ago, DeStefani again put one in. Nice shot. Curled just under the crossbar, found the back of the net. Wethersfield on top, 2-1. Clock ticks at 11:24 to go. Goal kick for Hall. Gwen Grismilo there to meet her for Wethersfield, headed by DeStefani, looking for Bonfiglio up front. She puts pressure on, but nice play from Hall. Number 7, Anya Lesham, is the one who scored their goal in the first half. She applied good defensive pressure there. She'll take the throw now for Hall right at the midline. Porras steps to it for Wethersfield. Left foots it. It goes over the side. Good heel tap there from assistant coach Devin Wan. Hall again with the throw. Good step by Yancey. And there is Gwen Grismilo with a high ball into the offensive half. Burnell is up there, but has to slow up to get to it. Now back to the play again. Alana Burnell, she's got an overlap here. Look at Yancey down the near side. Good defensive play there from Hall to take it away. Porras all the way back, trying to keep the pressure on. Hall makes the turn. Grace Grismilo now. Curls one toward the top of the arc. Nobody there for Wethersfield. Can the Eagles keep it moving? Ball is deflected. Stephanie got to it, but it's going to go over the inline. So it'll be a goal kick for Hall here as we approach the 10-minute mark. 10:17 to go. Second half. Eagles have found the back of the net twice to take a 2-1 lead.
Yeah, and think about their last 70 minutes of second half action against Lewis Mills and now Hall. 3 goals for and 0 against. I don't know what Matt Cameron's halftime speeches have been, but the Eagles have responded.
Here comes Hall now the other way. There's a potential step. Sapala able to get there and close the passing lane. Nicely done on that far side as number 21, Eliza Schleff, had an angle, but Sapala shuts down the passing lane, and it'll be a throw on the far side for Hall. Eagles able to reset the defense here. Under 10 to go, 9:38 and ticking on the clock. Coach Cameron directs traffic from the sideline. Does not want to give up something easy here. Gianfrido's on the near post. Throw comes in. Wethersfield able to get to it first now to Stephanie, but here's Hall. Loading up. It's going toward the goal, but wide right. That one had the distance, but wide right. Gianfrido was positioned on that post. Looked like she would have been able to get to it. But either way, it goes over the inline. It will be a goal kick here for Wethersfield as we approach the 9-minute mark. 9:01 remaining. Second half. Grace Grismilo, I believe. Well, no, she won't take it. It'll be a short ball as the Eagles will look to play possession. Ficcaselli now. Left-footed line drive. Goes over the midline. Bonfiglio chasing far side.
Yeah, great hustle. Again, an Eagle throw-in. So those forwards putting the pressure. Buys some time. Lets Wethersfield get that ball, move the chains. And that was a nothing play had she not gone all out.
Looks like Bonfiglio might be the point of that formation up front with Burnell on the left, Yancey on the right here for the attack in the second half. Ball's down the side. Burnell gives chase. She's going to get to it. Able to make a turn. Gets it into the 18. She's got it again. Right-footed going toward the goal. And it's going to go behind the net. So it'll be a goal kick coming here for Hall. But another nice turn. We've seen now a couple of chances that Burnell has had when she has momentum moving toward the net. Has let it rip a couple of times, but not able to find the back of the net yet for Alana Burnell.
And the easiest way to protect a lead is to have the ball down here, to keep putting pressure, to keep taking shots, make them take goal kick after goal kick, even if you don't put one in the back of the net, but you don't want to get buried in your own zone.
To Stephanie, step to that goal kick. Wethersfield trying to move it forward. Yancey on the far side. To Stephanie now. Has 2 players to beat. Tries to get to the outside. Still moving with the ball. Bella to Stephanie. Has both Wethersfield goals tonight.
She is now their leading goal scorer on the season.
Tied with Addison Yancey, who came into the game with 2 for the Eagles. Ball sent forward. That skips off the turf. Grace Grismilo there for Wethersfield going to shield. Gianfrido able to get to it. Nice run by Hall.
And that was good communication from Grismilo. She knew that she wanted Gianfrido to come out and get that ball. She communicated that to her. And they were on the same page. If they're not on the same page, it's going to be dicey for the Eagles.
Punt by Gianfrido. Skipped ahead by Hall. Burnell has it right at the midline. Again, back to the goal. Nice chip ahead there.
Oh, yeah, she's in.
Onside is Bonfiglio up front. Down she goes. A lot of contact as she battled against Anya Lesham. Good defender for this Hall team, and no whistle. It'll be a goal kick coming here. We watch again.
Yeah, Bonfiglio had a step on her, and it looked to me like there was a little bit of grabbing from the Hall player, turning her around, slowing her down a little bit. Turned out to be a good play because no call was made.
Ball comes forward now from Hall off the goal kick. Porras chases down the side, though. Nice play there from number 17, Kyra Bond. Cuts inside. She's got an angle coming now. Good play from Ficaselli. Wethersfield, number 6, Adriana Ficaselli comes across and prevents the shot. Still Hall possession, though, deep in the attacking portion of the field.
Yeah, look at Ficaselli here. Right as the player's about to unleash a shot, she times it perfectly, breaks it up.
It's a throw from as deep as you can get and still have a throw instead of a corner kick. Inside the 18 it comes. It goes over the end line. Wethersfield gets maybe a bit lucky, but Eagles will take it, holding on to the 2-1 lead. 5:38 to go in the second half. Let's see if the Eagles play the short ball, trying to play possession out of the back. Maybe not. Looks like Ficaselli's going to load up the left foot on this one. She does. High ball going toward the center circle. Skips off of a couple players.
Nice
rolling
flick
forward. Look at Burnell. Burnell giving chase, trying to get to it. Can she get a foot on the ball? Good pressure. It's played out and over the side. Nice defensive effort on the run from Sienna Calabro, one of the captains for this Hall team.
Yeah, the speed of Wethersfield's forwards is just creating chaos among the back line for Hall. And Wethersfield can slow it down a little bit here, kill some clock.
Porras with the throw comes into Bonfiglio. She sends it high in toward the 18. Bounces deflected by Hall. Porras, nice header to Bonfiglio again, looking for some help. Instead turns it toward the outside. Cut back now. Not able to make a cross. Comes back to Porras. That gets away, and that looks like it hit Trujillo on the bench there for Wethersfield. But
another save for her.
Nicely done there. Wethersfield with the takeaway. Right-footed pop ahead by DeStefani, looking for Burnell. Not quite sure she knew where the ball went after that header. Ball splits defenders. Ficaselli and Grace Grismilo in the back. Going to play it back to Gianfrido. Ball gets off of her foot, comes to Porras. Let's see if that deflected off Hall. It did not, so it's going to be a Hall throw just past their bench. Kyra Bond has it, number 17, sends it in. Headed by Porras, nicely done. It's going to be another throw, a little bit deeper now for Hall. This one's inside the 18. Good pressure from Grace Grismilo for Wethersfield. Bonfiglio sends it into the Hall bench. 4 minutes exactly to go before this one is final. Wethersfield clinging to a 2-1 lead. Both goals in the second half, both goals from Bella DeStefani. Lesham, who has the Hall goal from the first half, tried to make a run. Hall still trying to get one toward the goal. Left-footed ball, it's going to curl well wide right. It'll go over the end line. So Wethersfield escapes, but a good possession brewing there for Hall as they try to find the equalizer. 3:35 to go.
And a smart play by Gianfrido. Let that ball go out of bounds. That's an extra 30 seconds you can run off the clock if you take your time here.
Neither coach doing much in the way of substituting in this last few minutes of the half. Ball played forward by Ficaselli. Hall trying to keep possession. Looks like they will. Here's another throw. Bond sends it in. Skips off the head of Porras, and Grace Grismilo has to send it over the side. So another deep throw coming for Hall. Wethersfield not out of the woods by any stretch. Under 3 minutes to go, 2:57 on the clock. Porras steps to it.
Ooh.
That goes over the end line.
Their lone goal came off a corner kick. Now
another corner
one.
Kick. Too early in the half from the far side.
They got two short bodies here.
Here it's a short ball into Bond. Here comes Grace Grismilo, but she cuts it back. Does Bond. Nice cross. It gets all the way through, but looks like skipped off the top of the Hall player.
Yeah, Wethersfield got caught napping a little bit there. Hall sent two to the corner, and they were late to pick it up.
Bond was all alone inside the 18, left side of the goal. Sent a nice cross, but not able to connect on the header. We're the Titans. So Wethersfield escapes. 2:17 to go. Eagles still on top, 2-1. High ball, trying to get it into the offensive half. Trying to get out of harm's way are the Eagles. It'll be a throw for Wethersfield. Ball goes over on the tracks. Apollo now has one. 2 minutes exactly to go. Wethersfield 2, Hall 1. Eagles trying to even their season record at 3-3. Trying to hand Hall only their second loss of the year. The one loss they have coming in was against Class Double-L powerhouse and defending CCC tournament champion Farmington. We approach exactly 90 seconds on the clock. Ball in play. DeStefani in the mix. Gwen Grismilo Ball played ahead now. Yancey giving chase. Hall plays it toward the sideline. And let's see, Yancey hustled after, but going to let it go. We got at 1:12 to go now.
That was smart hustle.
Smart hustle. I like that. Approaching the 1 minute mark. Yancey's got it for the throw. 60 seconds to go in this one. Can Wethersfield hang on? Bonfiglio sends it across. DeStefani taps it back. O'Hay now for Wethersfield. To Ficaselli. Pulls it back. Going to play Grace Grismilo just across the midline. Hall able to step to it. Here comes Bond. Ficaselli there. Bond's now got a potential breakaway. This could be the game tire. Bond, one-on-one inside the 18. Look at Gianfredo come out. There's an opportunity for Hall on the rebound, and it's wide right. Look at the play from Gianfredo in net. We're going to take a second look at this one.
Look, that's the play of the game so far right there. Breakaway, clear cut. Gianfredo gets the ball, and the second shot. Look at that. You had 3 Wethersfield players playing goal. We're going to stop the clock here with 19 seconds left.
Little trouble getting a ball back into play. And so the official blows the clock dead at 19 seconds. We've got 19 seconds on the clock. A little discussion as to who's going to have possession. It looks like we will have a corner kick lining up for Hall. So this could very well be the ball game. Remember, Hall's lone goal in the game in the first half was off a corner kick. Everybody into the action for Wethersfield. Gianfredo on the near post. A lot of action in front of the goal. Ball comes in off the kick, and there it is. Gianfredo with the save. Wethersfield is going to hang on as the clock ticks down. 5 seconds to go. That'll do it, folks. And what an action-packed final minute. Gianfredo lets go of the punt, and the Eagles come away from Hall with a 2-1 come-from-behind win. They trailed 1-0 at the half. Second half, 2 goals from Bella DeStefani. And in the final minute, some fantastic keeping from Gianfredo to hang on to the lead. And Wethersfield evens the record on the season at 3-3.
Yeah, let's take a look at some of the exciting moments of the game here. We're going to start it off in the first half scoreless. Hall, as we mentioned, their lone goal of the game coming off a corner kick. The ball just kind of pounces. Number 7 jumps on it, puts it in the back of the net, 1-0. And then in the second half, Sapala just loops one in there, goes over the head of the goalie. It's cleared, and then DeStefani, right before it can get cleared out of harm's way, she puts it in the back of the net, pops up, celebrates, and check this out. Moments before DeStefani put one off the crossbar, this one just under the crossbar, that would be your eventual game winner. But maybe the biggest play of the game just happened a minute ago. Breakaway, and Gianfredo, who didn't start the game, comes out, gets all ball, breaks the play up. The next shot goes wide. That was with 20 seconds left in the game, and the Eagles win 2-1.
And we again want to give thanks to Athletic Director Wethersfield's Sterling Scanlon and here at Hall, Jason Siegel, for allowing us the space to operate here tonight. A little bit of technical difficulty getting the live stream going, but we're glad it's going to be here for you all to go back and watch later. And we give thanks again to our camera operators from the Wethersfield JV team, Giselle Rodriguez and Vasilia Bolani. For producer, director, analyst Tom McCarter, my name's Dave Gustafson. We thank you for joining us. Again, Wethersfield evens the season record at 3-3 with a 2-1 come-from-behind win over Hall. We'll be back on the live stream tomorrow for boys action against New Britain. And then the girls' next live stream with us will be Tuesday night at home, senior night for the 3 seniors, DeStefani, Burnell, and Chodorowski. That's all for us tonight. Thanks again, folks. Wethersfield wins.